Morning everyone, you're one of the early ones, so congratulations. We're expecting a full house today, so just so you know, these are very hallowed grounds that we walk on. You have full access for the day with your wristbands, but we're expecting more than 1,000 guys throughout the day. So I want to introduce myself very quickly. I'm Tommy, I'm from Biconomy. I lead on brand activations and partnerships. With me is Curve from Thought-Provoking and Harshit from Transact. So we're going to be your co-host for the day. This isn't the first panel, but we're going to start lining up the speakers as we go along. Okay? Any questions so far? Are we all comfortable? Do we have Wi-Fi access? Right, that's a key question. Good. Do we know where the restrooms are? It's at the far end of the hall, so make your exit and go all the way to the far end of the hall. That's where the restrooms are. And we're going to get speakers coming in every 15 minutes, right? So it's going to be quick and fast, a lot of good value to be expected throughout the day. And I just want to give a few minutes of time to my co-host, Curve, who is the ecosystem manager of Thought-Provoking, and Harshit, who is the marketing lead for Transact. Over to you guys.
Hey everyone, thanks a lot Tommy for the introduction, and this is great to see the entire community coming here together and just speaking and talking about the infrastructure, which is definitely a very important aspect for the Web3 to become more mainstream and us taking it to the next level. Feel free throughout the day, if you see anyone in the shirts of Particle, Transact or Biconomy, if you have any thing you want, reach out to us, and we are so glad you all are here, and yeah, looking forward to networking with you all throughout that day.
Thank you. So hi everyone, I'm Curve. I'm the ecosystem manager at Particle Network, so overseeing some of the partnerships, BD and events as well. Really glad all of you would join us here in Infra today. So we really wanted to create a really curated event, putting together all the builders in Web3 infrastructure, projects working on this, and how they can help to increase user growth and adoption of Web3. So I think we actually specially created the guests, all of you here today. So I hope that you guys can find meaningful connections with each other. So I think for now, we'll pass the time over to Luki, so she'll be the MC for today.
Just some quick housekeeping questions. Do we have access to the official Telegram group from Infra? Is everyone in that group? We're going to be providing updates throughout the day, so look out for it, check in. If friends are on their way, just ask them to refer to the registration page on Luma for the official address. There should be no confusion there, otherwise we're good to go. So, right, okay. So, part one, we will be addressing a broad macro narratives of what's happening in Web3. And from 1 p.m. onwards, that's where we're going to deep dive into the more technical discussions around ZK, account abstractions, and developer communities. So it's going to be a full day. So I want to hand you over to our co-host and MC for the day, Luki. She's from Lava Network, so she'll be the one introducing all the speakers for the next 7 hours. All right, cheers. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Feel free to look for us. We'll be around all day. We'd love to help out with questions, partnership questions, and collabs in any case. All right? Take care.
Thank you, Tommy. So for next 7 hours, you'll just be stuck with me here. Well, my name's Luki. I work for Lava Network, and without any further ado, I would love to introduce our first speaker to you guys, Tiancheng Xie. He's the co-founder of polyhedra. So Tiancheng co-founded polyhedra and serves as its CTO. He also is the author of ZKBridge paper and has a PhD degree in ZK proofs. So right now he's going to be talking about ZKBridge for Ethereum for no interoperability. Thank you so much, Tiancheng.
Thank you for the introduction. And I'm Tiancheng Xie from polyhedra.network. Today I'm going to talk about proving Ethereum for node in zero-knowledge proofs. So first, let me introduce the motivation. Here is our framework of interoperability. And the main part is in the middle. We are going to call it a polyhedra.network. It's going to generate a proof for the validity of polyhedra. And this proof will be verified on the receiver side. The receiver chain, after the receiver chain verifies the polyhedra validity, then it can make sure that it will be convinced that the polyhedra is actually valid in the sender chain. Thus, all the transaction in that polyhedra is valid. So the key ingredient is the polyhedra. And if you look at Ethereum, then we are going to basically prove that supermajority of the validators signed the polyhedra. And previously we were using a sync committee to do this. This is part of the spec in Ethereum's night client. And the sync committee has 512 validators in it. And they were going to sign every valid block for Ethereum. So you can see that this is a tinier version of Ethereum consensus. And here are some problems of sync committee. First, we found that sync committee is not consistent with Ethereum mainnet itself. So some of the valid blocks are not signed by a supermajority of the sync committee. And here's an example. Only 45% of them signed it. Another example is here, none of them signed the valid block. So we may suspect that this tiny consensus may have some problem. And another even bigger issue is we only have 512 validators, and they're going to validate Ethereum mainnet for a whole day. So during the day, they will not have any rotation, and so as you can see, the total number of stake in this committee is pretty small compared to our transaction volume. Actually, it's like only 1/10, 1/20 of the total transaction volume in the bridge field. So they definitely have incentives to attack our bridge, and this is a problem. So to solve this problem, we are going to use the full node version of consensus. So in Ethereum consensus, the real consensus have more than 20,000 validators per block. And if you compare these two numbers, you know that there is a huge gap, 20 times larger than the light client. And these committees will rotate for each block, so different blocks will have completely different committees. So there is a huge technical challenge here, scalability issue. So if you look at the real problem, we are going to verify it within 20 seconds. And because the Ethereum block time is this. So if you look at previous old protocols like Gross or Planck, they can only achieve like half an hour within half an hour or slightly larger than half an hour. But our protocol can achieve like 10 seconds in proving this amount of POS signatures. Yeah, so this is a new protocol, we call it Virgo. Here, Virgo is my previous paper published in S&P in 2019. And Virgo, it means that you have multiple machine parallel computing power of Virgo. So each machine is going to prove a fraction of the signature, and they're going to aggregate using a modified version of Virgo. And this machine together will collaboratively compute one unified proof, and this unified proof will be further recursive to compress it. And the final proof will be available on chain. For the cost will be like 200K gas on chain. So this is pretty practical, and here I'm going to show you a demo of our debugger system, and let's go. Okay, so first, this demo will show you our machine spec. Wait for a minute. It's running. So this machine has two AMD 7763 CPU. Each CPU has 64 cores, so in total 128 cores. And our program will running on this CPU. So it will start running. Let's start running now, and you count 10 seconds. It will stop running. Yeah, so that's it. So we generated the proof for a lot of signatures. Yeah. Thank you so much. Any questions?